Perfect. Hello, everyone. Good evening. As always, Alex here, host for Phoenix Holdings. And we actually have quite the interesting product for you guys today. We have AndroMeta. And yeah, enough from myself. I'm going to let the team introduce themselves. You guys have the floor. Give us a bit about yourself.
Absolutely. So thank you for hosting us, Alex, today, and thank you for everybody for being here with us. We're excited about coming to discuss our project with you guys. We've been working on it for quite some time now, and we're getting ready for the big day launch. So my name is Booya. I'm the CEO of the project. Been in the crypto space since early last year. Quite a lot of things happened in a year. I'm sure everybody can relate to me. Crypto a year feels like 10 years already. Lots of ups and downs, a lot of things that happened. But at the end of 2021, I decided to let's start something cool for investors. Start a project that people could be comfortable in basically investing and making uh, some good rewards. Something that could benefit holders. We basically took a little bit of the features that we like to see in project and adapted that to our project. So I came up with the AndroMeta with Jedi and Balutsky. Balutsky is actually our COO. He's a real life friend of mine. Balutsky, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hey, Booya, thanks for the introduction. Yeah, basically, Booya and myself we started brainstorming about wanting to launch a project. We worked out several ideas. We've been working on this for months to finally come up with an idea, structure it, going back and forth, modifying it. Then Jedi hopped in on the team with us, brought a lot of ideas and knowledge to the table, which actually helped us to get where we are right now. We've been working on this for a very long time, and finally we are where we want to be and ready to get this thing started.
Perfect. Thank you, Balutsky. And yeah, as I mentioned, Jedi is also on our project. Jedi's been kind of my right hand since I started crypto. He's one of the first people I met in the space. Being in private groups with him at the beginning of my crypto journey. So he's our CMO. Jedi, if you want to introduce yourself.
Sure. Thank you for the introduction. Just like Booya said, known him for a while in the space. We met in private groups before. A very amazing guy. Wanted to do something nice with the project. I was in marketing, had a marketing business outside of crypto. So this is this is my bread and butter, and I'm excited to contribute to the project. We'll talk about what we're doing for marketing and how we're standing out in the future. But good to be on here, good to talk with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Jedi. And last but not least, part of the core team today on the call is Amo. Amo is someone I met a while ago in the space. I've been following what he's doing, how he worked with projects, how he interacts with communities, the things he's doing for the crypto space. It was a no-brainer for me to bring him on the team, since he shares kind of the same vision as us. So Amo is our community manager. Amo, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi guys. Thanks, Booya. Alex, it's great to be here. I wish I had a real story to tell everybody about how I come across, all of these great people who brought me into this project. But I've known Booya now for probably about 6 months. Started off on a project which I had an AMA with Booya, and I got to know him from there. I conversated with him numerous times throughout, my crypto journey, the project journey, etc. He helped us out a lot in the space. Personally, I've been an investor majority of my time in crypto, coming up to about 2 years now. I felt my space was within the community. I'm very vocal. I like interacting with, various different people from all parts of the world, communicating, networking. I've made some great connections, throughout my time in the crypto space, and I'm grateful for my position within the project. And hopefully, great things to come and a lot of fun to be had.
Amazing. Thanks, Amo. And another core member of our team is Hafid. Hafid is not currently here, I believe, but Hafid is an advisor. He's the project advisor. He's when you say a brain in the space, someone that's very savvy, has a lot of knowledge, always comes up with good ideas, good things to implement in the project. Someone that we can rely on to be an additional an additional help and support for AndroMeta. So yeah, Hafid is our advisor on the project. So that's for the team. That's for the team, Alex.
Man, sounds great. And to be fairly honest, you know what I already love from the start. Not to lie, I am going through the same through the documentation from the project just to have some insight about it before I presented you guys presented actually to the community. But what I love already from the start is that you guys have a support and an understanding for a multicultural environment. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. uh, You guys, I'm just assuming this. This would be your first project in this formula. Is that correct?
That's correct. We all worked in different capacities with other projects. I've been advisor on other projects. I've been a mod. I've been everything you can think of. Jedi has been also part of a lot of project helping them and stuff like that. So did Amo and Balutsky, but Jedi likes to call it kind of a team of Avengers. Everybody brings on their own experience and flavor to the project. We're very, very familiar with the space, but it is actually our first project. However, our dev team is incredible. It's a team of 3 people. They're called the Elevate team, and they worked on multi-million-dollar projects. So they bring kind of the trust and the transparency that every project kind of needs when it comes to building a contract from scratch and everything that we need for the project, the staking platform and stuff like that. So we really wanted to onboard that team because it adds an extra level of uh, how you call it. We don't need to stress with those guys.
Definitely. It totally makes sense. Thanks for adding that up. Now, in terms of experience, we kind of know that you guys bring a vast experience to the table, so that's without a discussion. A plus on the what you guys bring as a team. And don't get me wrong, the reason why I've mentioned that this would be your first project is because that in my opinion as a potential investor means that you guys are going to give it your best. Not that if it would be your second you wouldn't, but it's just, I mean, from my perspective, it makes it a whole other experience, a whole unique experience. You're always going to remember your first project. That's basically what I want to say. Now,
Absolutely, and oh, sorry, Alex. Yeah, just to touch base on that, it's been months and months in the making, and because again, like you said, it's our first project. We all care about it so much. It's kind of our baby, and we didn't want to, present any kind of project to the space. We really wanted to take our time, establish everything, have utilities ready for launch, so that people can see that you know we have done everything we could to really make this project a successful and long-term project.
indeed, and I'm happy that you got my point with the let's say perks of this being your first project. That that being said, let's actually talk about the project. What does AndroMeta stand for in a couple of words, and then we're gonna go a bit deep into its utilities, roadmap, because I see you guys have built, as you said already, you guys have built this, or the idea was probably conceived somewhere in Q4 2021. So that's quite some time ago. So yeah, definitely. Let's start with the project itself. What does it stand for? What does Andromeda mean in terms of a crypto project?
Absolutely. Jedi, if you want to touch base on that.
Of course. So really, the idea behind AndroMeta, honestly, we start with where we first began. The project has been in fruition and coming together, putting our thoughts together, planning, designing, getting the marketing team, the development team all working together. That's been since the end of 2021. So it's been a long time coming, tweaking, making sure everything was right, making sure we're launching at the right time. If you look at the downtrend of the market since November. So all those things considered, the idea behind the project is safe, passive income that's sustainable. It's not, nothing crazy. We don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. We want the opposite. We want something sustainable that people could just know that their investment is going to occur over time. And there are different things that you see as we talk about the utility that we have set to be feeding the staking pools and to be increasing the amount of eyes, viewership, and holders that are coming to our project. And if we continue to do that, honestly, that's where the consistency comes in, because of that flood of volume is going to be feeding anyone who's staking and anyone who has tokens. So it's a lot of things, but it's not a lot of things. The 4 contracts, 2 on BSC, 2 on ETH. So it's a token contract, smart contract, and then token staking contract. And then there's the NFT contract and then the NFT staking contract. So we talked about it earlier, right? The team of Avengers, so to speak, that we have, very specialists doing everything that they do. Not people trying to wear multiple different hats. Just you're good at something, you do it better than somebody else, and we have you doing that role. So our devs that made our contracts, they made it from scratch. When we have our auditors to be able to see, they're expert contracts. They're not copy paste contracts. No, code for code, line by line from scratch. And these are devs that, like Bria said, their projects have done multi-millions. You can look it up, elevatesoftware.io. You can see the different projects they worked in, the ones that had staking before, and how well those went. So we're taking all of those ideas, we're putting it together. The marketing agency that we're working with too, brick and mortar. It's not one guy on Telegram. It's an agency that's worked with several big brand names. You can look them up as well, ninjapromo.io. And so they're going to be handling, our social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, Medium, 24/7, our community page, 24/7. So it's going to be very different than what you expect in B2C. We were really trying to run it like people should, like a business. We want to make it something that has longevity. We'll get into the NFTs later, but for example, we're thinking out of the box with that as well. We're not doing something where, again, we overpromise and underdeliver. We're not making a play-to-earn game that nobody plays. No, we want to do something different where maybe the NFTs will be tied to some sort of animated series. Maybe they will be able to do some sort of merch or e-commerce, different things that will still be able to feed the staking platform. So anyone who has the token is ultimately benefiting from our volume, our growth. That's a little bit about what the project is about, what we have planned in the future. Yeah.
Definitely, and I think you kind of touched on a very important key aspect of how should I put this? Maybe fall of BSC, because in the end, what Solana did as a blockchain minting, actually providing so many unique opportunities to mint the NFTs, that kind of started a NFT towards gaming transition. Which, sure, I mean, in terms, I'm a gamer myself. I mean, I used to be a gamer. Um, Not a hardcore, but still I enjoy, casual game here and there. So you can only imagine pretty much. I think the gaming niche doesn't have a specific segmentation. It's actually touching bases with everybody, no matter the age. So on the gaming side, so many projects developed on I think we're past 1,700 active blockchain games. So definitely transitioning to today. Where does that leave BSC? In a constant drought and a constant seek for that unique thing. Maybe bring a meta back. What kind of meta should they bring back? The rewards, the passive income, the compound staking, the what else was it, the meme coins, and if so, should we focus on Floki, should we focus on Shiba? We don't know. I mean, it used to be easy last year, at least it was. The 3 or 4 months that were in the bull run, we kind of saw the shitcoin season, if I may say so. Again, no FUD, but I was kind of tired of the Doge. That's why I called it like that. Um, so yeah, that's basically what it was back then. Now we kind of need to see a new aspect. So I think this is where AndroMeta comes in. Am I correct by stating that? And I hope nobody gets offended because I said coincidence.
No, I hope no one gets offended at all. I think you're right on the money with that. Definitely, it's time for a new meta, a new AndroMeta, so to speak. It's because, like you said, people, the issue, with people launching these player-owned games and tying it to their projects and wondering why it fails, was because they're going about it the wrong way. A lot of times people are in like a BSC echo chamber, a bubble. They're creating games by BSC degens, thinking about games that BSC degens want to play, but that doesn't really get them anywhere. No volume comes to the game when they should be actually creating games that gamers outside would want to play. Gamers that would look at a game who have no relation to crypto would say, this is a fun game that I want to spend time in this game. If those games were created and tied to projects, they would do infinitely better. The difference is to create those type of games, it takes time, effort, money, investment. And very few people have done that. The ones that have done it well are the projects that do well. So, I mean, obviously that'd be nice to add to the project, but like I said, that takes a lot of time, investment and whatnot. If we did that, that'd be something, long down the road. We're obviously not going to promise that and try to, throw out a game developed on Fiverr. Instead, we're going to do different things that creates utility that attracts investors, both from BSC, from ETH, just from outside too, and somehow converts them to blockchain.
Definitely, and I think your experience comes in hand mostly because you guys. I'm just assuming this. You guys pretty much studied the market and figured that if there's no demand for a certain aspect, there's no need to build it. So you guys are strictly going to build where there is demand, and I think that's a healthy way of putting things into perspective. Because ideally, I mean, think about where we are with cars right now. There was a demand for plug-in hybrids and electrical cars, and that's why they started to build. Of course, various other reasons, but in the end, it's all about demand, and demand just kept going up and up and up. And yeah, I mean, at this point in time, there's not a single producer that doesn't have at least one of each. So that's basically what I think you guys are trying to build here. Doing a proper marketing and market segmentation at the same time to understand where's the demand. You guys are already, let's say, in a strong connection maybe with ElevateSoftware.io. Fortunately enough, I know two of the projects, and yeah, they did. I don't know how much, but they did good numbers, solid numbers in my opinion. I would take a steady project that keeps growing organically instead of a pump and dump 7 days a week. That's for sure. But definitely not to bore you guys with the community knows me. I tend to have long comments. You guys don't, so I don't want to bore you. Going back to your roadmap, because we started to touch bases on that. So this idea has been kind of percolating since probably Q4 2021 when you created the token, developed the white paper, the website. Correct me if I'm wrong. By looking strictly at your roadmap right now, actually, don't correct me. Maybe you state it for me. What is the step that follows immediately, and what else can we expect within, I don't know, let's say a month in terms of your roadmap? Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps I can ask part of your
Yeah,
question.
yeah, all the time. Yeah.
and then Jedi can follow with what's going to be coming after a month or so. So the next immediate step is us focusing on marketing and on AMAs. So as you can see, we're with you guys. We started our AMA tour yesterday, so we're going to go to about 10 or 12 groups this week only. It's important for us to talk to the community, to answer questions, to really be out there with the project. This is, I think, something that's super important when you try to build something and be close to the community. So this is the immediate first step. Shortly after will be the launch. So important to note that we're not doing a pre-sale. We're gonna treat this project as a fair launch. Because we don't want to deal with any launch pads. We want to make sure that we can control the floor of the project, that we know who's invested, and being, the support of the project, being the floor of the project. So we did have private sale, and the people that we brought on board are people that we trust. Being the first early believers and investors in AndroMeta. We don't believe in launching a pink sale or any kind of launch pad and having all kinds of people that we don't really know investing in the early days, because we can't control what comes up after that, and we can't control what the launch pad does. This was always our goal, even though it was a little bit more challenging. We really wanted to treat this project as a fair launch. So that will be the next step, if I can say. Next week is what we're aiming for launching AndroMeta. Jedi, if you wanna keep going, what's gonna be next after the launch?
Yeah. So you are correct in saying that due to experience, we're pretty confident what's going to happen once we look at the chart and see what's coming in with volumes and the buy pressure and sell pressure and all of that. Meaning that we have a marketing pages is about eight pages of marketing in terms of our plan for the next couple months up to the end of the quarter. And so we're going to be doing things like partnerships all across social medias, videos with very big crypto names. We're going to be having, PR campaigns, social media campaigns, and we're going to be doing spaces actually recently with Bazinga, a very prominent, known, company. So we're going to be doing different things with position people in the space to make sure that one, our name is ever, and we're getting a steady stream of traffic coming in. And as we do that, we're going to be doing different things to attract our investors as well. For example, our NFTs are on ETH. We're the marketer we have bringing up the NFT specialist. He's sold out multiple collections. He's actually a friend of mine that I know in real life. He taught me a lot of marketing. So he's going to be coming in, selling out our collection. And of course, a lot of funds are going to go to utility building and to actually feeding the staking pool directly. On top of that, we're going to be launching a bridge to Ethereum. Honestly, we want to kick ass on the BSC space and do it and make sure it's legendary. But also, we want to turn up a notch when we bridge. We want to make sure we pay out the holders on the BSC side that have been invested, and giving them big chunks of whatever profit we make on the bridge on ETH, because we have a lot of connection on BSC, but we also have a lot of connection on Ethereum as well. I know a lot of people on BSC are afraid or haven't touched Ethereum side. But what better way to introduce them by just giving them fat chunks of profit from the bridge? So there's a lot of things I want to do to benefit the holders to kind of make like an ecosystem. And you just kind of have to sit tight and hold on.
That's just lovely, at least from my perspective, and I think the whole community knows what I think about projects they consider from the beginning an eventual bridge or some sort of startup on ETH as well. And again, the reason why I say this is not because I don't like BSC. BSC basically launched me and kept me ongoing into crypto, because I would have never made money if I would have started probably on ETH. So yeah, that's my perspective on BSC. I still love it, and I think it has so much potential. But an eventual bridge, especially when it comes to NFTs, the utility can better be evolved and developed there instead of BSC. It kind of comes with some maybe negative things from some perspectives. People are always going to complain that the taxes are big and it's going to cost them, the NFT plus whatever $50 $100 to mint, which in my opinion is a great. It's great actually, because that kind of takes the dedication from your investor and puts it out there. Like it's a form of respect, at least knowing that if you're willing to pay the taxes, then you definitely should be willing to stick around for more time than you would on BSC. So it's lovely for me to hear something like that. Yeah, congrats for that idea, and I'm happy that you guys are gonna touch bases on it basically. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
thank you. Yeah, thank you, Alex. And one important thing to note is we didn't make a single decision lightly. It's been conversations and with the team and phone calls, meetings, all the way from the beginning of the project. There's not one single thing that we didn't touch base on and discuss. You know, from A to Z. So uh, we want you guys to know as well that there are plans that are not currently on the roadmap that we don't want to share too much about in the future. But everything that we're doing is for a specific reason, and the community is gonna get to understand what we're really trying to achieve here. Jedi, I think you wanted to mention something else.
Yeah, I was just gonna touch on, what we talked about. That really there's opportunity. A lot of time there's fear. The market looks like crap. Obviously, it's been like crap since November. But if you're going to take anything from this long ass AMA or any AMA, just know that you should invest, look out for the bottom, and throw some money and whatever you go. Your social media right now should be Twitter, Reddit, Medium. Do that, and I swear to God, you can be a millionaire. Very simple. But just to speak on, of course, Ethereum is going to be very nice in the next coming years, especially with ETH 2.0. So we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to be building a lot in the future on whatever's profitable. So we're looking at that. We're poised to make sure that investors and anyone along with us is profiting and takes advantage of wherever crypto grows. So that's the type of mindset that we have throughout the team and the culture we're going to promote. Just a heads up.
Definitely. I think it's healthy and how should I put this? And you guys are thinking things from an outside of the box perspective, at least from what I'm hearing, and you kind of know the space. You know what you're working with in terms of BSC, but you know ETH as well. You've studied it and you know what to expect from it. Maybe not a lot of volume from the beginning, but everything that I've watched and invested myself on ETH has kept going on and organically grew until a certain point. Of course, people are going to take profit, and I cannot stress this enough. The the way that you're going to make money from crypto is at some point to take profit. Surely everybody has their own risk management, their own strategies, so on and so forth. But yeah, I think ETH just has a different pool of investors. Now, going into the token itself, how are the tokenomics? Well, I would like to touch basis a bit on that. In terms of a supply perspective, and yeah, how are they split? And what about the taxes to cover two things from one? Because you guys said that your launch is going to be on the 16th, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we're looking at we gave ourselves some breathing room just because of the market conditions and stuff like that. We did say the week of the 16th. Ideally, we would love to launch on the 16th. But again, we always kind of listen to the community and what they believe is best. Obviously, we're gonna make a decision, but we are always willing to listen to what the community has to say. And since it's been so long in the making, we don't want to do things if it's not ideal, right? So I think Balutsky can touch base on the tokenomics. Balutsky, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here. So basically, what the tokenomics are part that we have input for the project is mostly, since we want to take this project as far as we can and make sure that the marketing will never have a limit to where we could take it to, so that we could continue the growth of it long term. We have put the biggest part of our tax percentage towards our marketing wallet. We have basically allocated, obviously, for team and development, a percentage for continuous growth, and obviously for us to be able to put in those hours that we have been putting in and continue putting those hours towards making this project will grow and grow and grow, and that we don't limit ourselves to how much we could do to it. And we also kept a 2.5% as shown as the website. This is a percentage that we've allocated from the tax into converting into BNB for rewards, into adding into the staking pool also. So these are things that we're going to be using towards giving back to the community. On which there are some days that might be slower than others, and there are some days that might be very hype. And once there's movement and that wallet builds up, obviously giving back to the community is what that will be used towards. So it's either to increase more rewards in the staking pool, or to making out some contests, competitions, rewarding the activity of our community, of our investors that have been with us, and that are going to be with us, and that are going to be holding it down with us. As shown on the website, allocations towards we had input in the beginning that we were considering to do a pre-sale at the beginning, but we did reconsider that and we removed that option. So we did have a private sale to in at early stage to basically get some funding going on and give some early investors a benefit to be part of this. And therefore that we're going to keep a lot of our total token supply allocated towards our staking pool. This is majorly so that our staking pool does not run out on a short period of time, that there's continuous rewarding to whoever is going to be staking, and hopefully most of the investors will benefit from it, as we are going to do a promotional 3-day period upon launch for everyone that will want to stake their tokens for the periods of times that will be disclosed within the next few days. Most likely to be a 30-day and a 60-day promotion at a boosted APY percentage, so that these people can jump in and benefit from that and just earn free rewards by simply holding and staking their tokens with us. This promotion will last for 3 days, and then the staking pool percentages will be brought down to the normal. And obviously down the line, we'll be able to do some additional promotions as so on. We are considering giving the opportunity for whoever jumps on that ship from the first day to actually, if they decide to just compound the whole thing and continue investing and staking their tokens with us, to extend that promotional period for them. Obviously, we don't want to go ahead on ourselves and give out too much just to please everybody and then hurt ourselves in the long run. So we want to make it fair for everybody, fair for the project, and not to fear people away that there are people that are building their bags just by staking big bags and what's so not. But we do have also a plan in line so that the staking can continue, because we do see a lot of projects that have succeeded on the staking part, but they end up running out of supply to fund their staking pool, and then they have to lower it down, or they have to do different moves, or they have to bring down that APY from something that they had gotten so high and brought it down so low, which will less likely incite people to want to continue staking, as they already made their major part of profit, and for others they might not see the value of it. But everything that we are doing is to make sure that whoever decides to benefit from our utilities will actually have their money's worth and be earning as much as we are giving out regardless of how things are going or whatsoever, whatever percentage they're allocated by staking will be respected. It will be part of a plan that everybody will have the opportunity to take advantage of.
It totally makes sense. In terms of your tokenomics and taxes, pretty straightforward. You guys are not trying to complicate things. In terms of rewards and incentives, yeah, for sure. I mean, the marketing, and we'll get to that, is probably gonna make a difference within the long term. And I love how you guys mentioned from the beginning the fact that marketing, and you actually know this as a fact, that marketing is not a standard thing like you start it, you end it, and be done with it. You're considering a strong and aggressive, probably marketing strategy up until at least the end of the quarter. Definitely. I mean, if the market works for us as well, this thing is going to market for itself. You guys have the experience, you have the knowledge, you have the environment. I'm sure you're going to have even more in the community. You guys are going to grow organically because surely, I mean, at some point in time, you could have just bought it, the Telegram, bring 20K, 30K members, and stick with that. But you didn't, and that's another thing that I respect you guys for, because yeah, I mean, it's an old school meta that we need to see back in probably May to June last year. We started to see big groups like 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 members in the Telegram for projects, and everybody was hyped like, wow, look at how many members X project has or whatever. And then we figured out that even the voice chats were botted at some point. You saw 1K or 2K members in the voice chat, which were never real. And yeah, I need personally as an investor, I would feel much more, let's say I would be much more lenient towards investing in a project that has an organic community, even if it's 500 members. I don't care, but if it's organic, I'm all for it. That's just me. I think it's a different thing out there to rely on what on the facts, and not on just throw 10,000 people in there and let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Absolutely, Alex, and then if I can touch base on that, and I'll let Amo speak on the community as well. But one thing I've seen, and we have Jedi. Obviously, he's our CMO. He's our main guy on the project, but we also have two other marketers that are ready for us, and one of them, her name is Zoe. She's worked on a project called Antis. That project went from 200K to 36 million, I believe, in 2 days. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because there was, I think, 800 people on their Telegram. So that's just to tell you, that you don't need 10,000 people, 20,000 people on your Telegram. It's about the quality of your project, and it's about the quality of your community, right? So that's why I kind of brought up with Zoe, just because you mentioned the size of Telegram, and growing your community organically. But if you would allow me, Alex, to give Amo a little bit of time to discuss community as well, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Please go for it.
Yes.
Yeah, Amo.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here, dude. I'm listening. I mean, some great points being made in terms of organic growth and within the community and the chat. And I'm all for that because a lot of people, as you said, they bought all of these members, and it looks very, very deceiving to investors. But I'm all about the organic growth, and the reputation that we want to set within our community, within our chat room, is a comfortability for everybody to know that they're all real people and everybody's communicating with each other, and this is the kind of setup that we want from the start. Everybody to be inclusive within the chat group, and anybody can ask whatever question they like, and we're going to do our utmost best to answer that. I mean, in terms of having large numbers, having 2,000 people and only 300 investors, it doesn't make sense, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense in any project. Some of the projects that I've worked in, there's vast numbers in there, but a lot of them are just sitting on the sidelines, not actually investing. Now, with the way, you know, the project's been set up with the core team, that the way they've set it up is so that the investors and the people that we're actually advertising it to is to get them in and be comfortable with investing, but at the same time, not having idle talk, you know, and, you know, to have a real good enjoyment within being in the chat group. Now, what I'm trying to get at is that when I'm in the chat room and I'm talking to people, I don't want to speak to them in so much of a business-like manner, right? It needs to be comfortable for everybody, right? It needs to be universal. And that's the kind of inclusion that I want. I want inclusion for everybody. So what I intend to do personally within the community is, I mean, I've brought on a few mods that are well known to me. I know what they're capable of. You know, they're always on point. We need to kind of like be there at all times. They're all kind of like rotated in like clockwork. So there's not just people who, you know, look at their phone or, you know, check their phone and then, oh, there's a message there, let me reply to that. None of that. The way we're running it is on a rota basis so that there's always mods present. Nobody's going to ever go unnoticed within the chat. You know, we're trying to set a standard within our chat group and, you know, have that inclusive feeling for all of our members, right? And with the marketing and the way things are going, these members are coming in organically, right? We're not getting a whole bundle of people coming in and only a few of them speaking. You know, we've heard from, you know, probably 80 to 90% of our people we've actually heard from in the chat, right? We've actually spoken to them. So, you know, that's the kind of feeling that we want. We just don't want anybody to feel that they can't ask any questions or they, you know, they don't want to speak up or they don't want to jump into our VC. So also what I'm going to do in the near future is start to introduce, you know, VC talks. VC is going to be open a majority of the day where people can come in, ask their questions, you know, general talks if they want, you know, speak about whatever they feel, right? There's no, as long as they're not talking about any of the projects, they can talk about AndroMeta all they want, right? But a VC that's going to be open to everybody, a chat that's going to be open to everyone. Anybody can come in, view it, say what they want, talk about whatever they want. And also we want to include, you know, interaction between community members, right? We want people to be able to, you know, play a game together and have a talk with each other and connection, right? You know, connecting and being, and networking is the word I'm looking for. Networking with each other is the best form for projects like these, right? Because if everybody's investing together and everybody knows each other, it's a great feeling and everybody, you know, is stronger together. And that's the kind of feeling that we want within our group. So that's the way I'm heading. That's the, you know, the kind of like aura that I want to bring to AndroMeta.
That's just lovely, and I think you made quite a point there. Networking, that's the key word. That's the best way to describe what every project, in my opinion, should be looking for. It's all about the connection. When I join a Telegram for a project, and I mean I don't typically start to, you know, chat until after maybe 5 to 10 minutes have passed, because I want to see how the vibe is. And if it's networking, that what we were discussing earlier, then yeah, you can get a strong correlation. People are fun in their, you know, in their comments and so on and so forth. But if it's not, and it's all, you know, just bring as many people as possible, you kind of feel that something's off. And yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I
maybe
mean,
that's me,
it
but
creates
yeah.
almost like it creates like a bad, like a bad environment, right? I mean, when you're going to the park, the more people that are in the park, all kind of like having fun, people have fun together, right? You can't go into a park and kind of like, you know, be alone there and not have fun. So the problem, what I found over the last couple of years is that whenever you go into a group, right, and you know, you start talking, sometimes you might just be ignored, right? Because you're new, somebody might have not seen your name there before. They might think, you know, you're just a random person. There might be a certain set of people, whales, etc., who have got their own separate little group, you know, from the start. They've found out who each other are, and they've kind of like created their own little web of, you know, manipulation, right? You know, that happens everywhere, right? But the fact is, in our group, we don't want to have people to be feeling like they need to create their own little kind of like group in order to, you know, say, oh, you know, this is what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to do to the chart, or, you know, nothing like that. That's not what we want to bring. We want everybody to be together within, you know, the community, and not to have any separation with it, whether it be a small investor or whether it be a big investor. So, you know, with the project and, you know, the community, everybody's been handpicked, you know, for that purpose. And I feel personally, and I'm sure, you know, the core team feel the same way, that the people that we've brought together each play their own role. And, you know, this project's going to go a real long way.
Indeed, indeed. I think by this point in time, everybody should know, or I mean, not everything that we speak. Because trust me, I'm getting a lot of new information from this CMA as well. But at least should expect, or when we talk about networking, I think we, as a community, everyone should expect or be at least, or try to be on the same page with its expectations and realities, and pretty much be devoted towards the same cause. Basically, that's what I'm seeing. But it comes and it goes with projects. I love what I'm seeing for AndroMeta. That's basically a congratulations from my point of view to you guys, and to your advisors if it's a case, and so on and so forth. Now, I think the most important, I've tried to save this for the last question probably, would be, in terms of marketing. I'm not going to go through your standard strategies, your listings, and probably some AMAs, raising the awareness. Is there anything in particular that you want to share with us in terms of your marketing plans? Within short term, because long term, I'm pretty sure that you guys are going to constantly adapt and evolve. So yeah, I'll let you run the show on the marketing question.
Definitely. Yeah, so what we're doing for marketing is completely different than what you see in BSC. Obviously, the basic things. Someone said it best. The things that you see that usually people do on BSC, Telegram, Twitter, that works. That's good as a catalyst. But if that's your only game plan for marketing, it's crap. It doesn't do anything. But if you want to sprinkle it on the side for real marketing, traditional marketing, yeah, it could be beneficial for sure. So what we're actually doing, we're contracted with a brick and mortar marketing agency, ninjapromo.io. You can check them out and look at their previous projects, the businesses that they worked with, some very, very big market cap companies. You can look at some of the content that they created, the style of, their design work, the skill, all of that. That is who we have running our marketing. They're going to be managing our social medias 24/7. So that's Twitter, Medium, Reddit, Instagram, all of that. Consistent posting. They're going to be managing our Telegram 24/7. These are professional people. And on top of that, we also have our own team, from people that we know in Telegram communities managing our Telegram as well. So we have a very robust team doing all that. And then as well, we have PR and a lot of kind of pages online where we found that BSC and Ethereum investors hang out. A lot of pages that get a lot of reach and traffic. We have articles there. We have spaces with Twitter like Bazinga and other prominent spaces, verified spaces. We have YouTube videos going out with very, very popular YouTube creators, ones with hundreds of thousands of views. And we're going to be doing social media ads as well, doing things that we could track the visitors coming into our web. We can retarget and find them different other places that they are around the web. Just different things to kind of just bring in investors that are BSC and Ethereum. We know where they are. We know what to do to attract them and to bring them to the project. Because it's very simple. Everyone wants to make money from their investment. So the idea of passive income from an investment and even the excitement of owning NFTs, it's not, for example, at first we wanted to do BSC NFTs. but it really goes back to what we talked about, listening to the community. Community was like, no, BSC NFTs are trash. Nobody buys those. We want Ethereum NFTs. We could have been stubborn. We could have said no. We want to make sure we could sell this, yada yada. But no, we swapped. We launched on Ethereum for the NFTs, and that's how that's going to go. And those NFTs, you're going to be able to repost them on OpenSea. They're going to be profitable, like you see actual NFTs. So a lot of things we're doing is very different. We have a lot of ways to get investors and eyes from all sorts of blockchain. And like I talked about earlier, I think the golden key that if anyone's a marketer is listening, the golden key that separates, I think, that the good marketers or from the trash marketers is that, again, you don't want to stay in the BSC bubble. You can get a lot of eyes, a lot of viewers, traffic from outside of Telegram, Twitter, from outside of BSC. If you can create something that attracts people even outside of crypto to your project, it's game over. I think that's going to be easy traffic for time to come. So that's a little bit of a taste of what we have planned for marketing. We can go on and on. Like I said, it's 8 pages. It's very robust. You're going to get a taste when we get started.
Awesome. That looks great. And again, this is basically towards the community as a comment from my side. Many more things will come in marketing. I'm sure of that. The thing is, so many things cannot be disclosed right now. It's the way that marketing works. It's a fast-paced industry, as I've mentioned, and you guys will surely constantly develop and adapt to pretty much the demand, because that's what I kept mentioning and emphasizing, is that you guys are building strictly on demand. You have an organic community. You have so many good things going for you, and yeah, I think once the market picks up, this project is going to market for itself easily, if I may, easily. I'm not going to throw numbers. I'm not going to say it's going to do that market cap or that market cap and so on and so forth. But I think it has a lot of potential, that's for sure. And you guys behind it with so much experience, definitely, it's going somewhere. That's what I can say towards the community. Now, I will be honest with you guys, at least from my perspective. I think we kind of covered most of my questions. Before I start, we start basically to kind of wrap up. Is there anything that you guys figured we didn't cover? Did I maybe forget something?
I think that an amazing job leading this AMA, Alex, as you always do. We can go on and on about our project because it's what we're building, and that's what we're excited about, and it's our passion right now. It's our baby, right? We can discuss it for hours, but I think you covered everything pretty well. Unless one of my guys have anything else to add that I can't think of. Jedi Balutsky Amo.
No,
No,
very thorough.
I'm good for now. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
No, everything is good from my side too. Pretty much touched based on mostly everything.
First of all, yeah, definitely thanks for the kind words. I'm definitely trying to do my best with each AMA and each project that I let's say that I host. The thing is, and this is what I wanted to know. Sorry, give me just 1 second, please. Sorry about that. I think I have one more question. Somehow this slipped my mind. I think
Alex,
you guys mentioned. Yeah, sorry.
one thing just to note is that we're currently in close communication with our website designer. So we're revamping our website. Adding tons of information on there and modifying some information that's on there. So for anyone that's looking at our website and stuff like that, we should have more accurate and the clear information by today or tomorrow. So just a little note here, Alex.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that info definitely I did not have, so thanks for that. One more thing that I wanted to ask, and this would be just to make sure that I have the facts straight. You mentioned that the contract is developed in-house, so with the developers. Correct me if I'm wrong. What were the developers, and basically who developed the contract, and is it audited, and if yes, by whom? That's what I wanted to kind of touch bases again.
Yeah, so it's the Elevate team. It's a team of three amazing developers, well known in the space. So the Elevate team, you can visit their website. I think, Jedi, if you could remind me what their website is.
ElevateSoftware.io.
ElevateSoftware.io. Thank you, Jedi. So it's not just one contract, Alex. It's actually four different contracts for the staking and all those things. Obviously, the smart contract. So they're building four contracts for us. Obviously, the smart contract is ready. The staking contract is ready. They're putting the last touches on one of the contracts. So we will, of course, have the contracts audited. We're currently discussing with some audit companies just to see what meets our needs, because they all have their own policies, and they all do things a little bit differently. So we just want to make sure that our funds go to the right place, and make sure that we can do things properly. So obviously things will be audited, and after launch we will look for a second audit company to have the contracts audited.
Indeed, indeed, and that's quite interesting that you mentioned. Again, you mentioned that I forgot to state in my question the fact that you guys have multiple contracts. It's not only one. And correct me if I'm wrong. At what point? Because I'm not sure if we covered this. Um, in regards to your NFT staking, um, how far is this as a, let's say, development concept from the launch? So when will we be able to maybe see some sneak peeks of the NFTs, or how will this work in regards to the
I'll,
NFTs being developed and staked at the same time?
I'll answer that, Booyah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the NFTs are moving pretty fast. We're working alongside with the designer on a daily basis, sketching. We have concluded a lot of trades. We have agreed on a lot of aspects for the NFTs. Touching now on the coloring, background, and we're gonna be sharing. So when the website is going to be updated, and also our white paper will be updated also. So this will come in the next few days. Website hopefully within the next 24 hours, 48 hours. And I'm hoping that the white paper also, we will be sharing a sneak peek, like a 2-3 images of what the NFTs will look like. We will be sharing to our community also in our main Telegram group. So whoever joins and keeps an eye on that will be able to see as well. As far as for the minting of the NFTs, we are in hopes that after we launch, we are giving ourselves maybe a time frame of launching the NFTs within a month period afterwards, if all goes well, because the contract is pretty much advanced. The contract for the NFTs is pretty much advanced. It's obviously missing the details of the NFT, so all the traits, all the different aspects, and whatsoever. And from there they're going to be able to complete it. Once that is done and in place, everything is good, we're going to launch the NFTs, and the staking pool for the NFTs will come in shortly after that, as the contract will commence to be prepared for the NFT staking. And once that is in line, it will automatically launch. So we're hoping that the gap between the launch to the launch of the NFTs would be about a month, and hopefully the same goes for the latest possible would be the launch from the moment that we launch the NFTs to the staking pool launch would be around that same time frame. If it could be done faster by our devs, if it could be moved obviously any in a faster pace, we're not gonna say no. We will, and obviously this will give us time to sell out our NFTs. As Jedi said earlier, we are working along a close friend of his that is specialized in selling out NFT projects. Obviously, the community will have their first hand on our NFTs when they launch. Once our community has been given that period to mint their NFTs, then whatever's remaining or whatever's still there, our marketer is going to be able to push that from his end and complete the sellout. A successful sellout based on feedback and what's been heard of is more or less in a max lapse of time of 2 weeks. So by the time the NFTs sell out, by the time we launch them and we sell them out, it won't be so long that the NFT staking pool would be ready to go. And once we launch that staking pool, the advantage that we will have for it is that our NFTs will be sold out. We will have tremendous funds to add to our staking pool so that the rewards can be boosted at the moment we launch the staking pool platform and continue providing people earnings on their NFTs. And not sure if we mentioned it, we will have different levels of rarity on our NFTs. Those level of rarities will mean something in the staking pool also. So the rarer your NFT is, the more percentage of the more return of interest you'll receive on your investment. So when you're gonna stake your NFT, if you have a rare NFT, you'll get a much better percentage than if you're staking a common one. However, don't get it twisted. If you buy more than one NFT, if you mint more than one NFT at launch, you could combine those NFTs in the staking pool, and that will earn you also additional percentage, regardless if they're common or whatsoever. You'll always get a boosted percentage for the more NFTs you are holding. So there are a lot of things that are being placed for the NFT part so that we could make people benefit of buying those NFTs and earning money on them by staking them. And obviously to encourage people that if you want to earn more, you could purchase more. And it's going to be open to the community first, like I said. So people who are interested, people that want to jump on the opportunity can go ahead and do so. And once the staking pool is launched, they'll be able to jump on it right away and take advantage of that also.
Awesome. That's just brilliant, my man. Thanks a lot for explaining it in such depth. And I'm sorry if we somehow covered this, and I got confused, but I think we didn't. Now that being said, that being taken off my list, I think I can officially say from my perspective that we covered everything that I wanted to ask you guys. So yeah, I mean we can definitely start to wrap up, but not before. Because I have a way of ending AMAs. I would like to make my own ending statement in regards to your project, and then I'll give you guys the floor to make your own, and then we will wrap up. Does that sound okay to you?
Sure, go ahead.
That sounds great. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, first of
Yep.
all, and I speak for the entire Phoenix community when I say this, thanks for coming to us. Thanks for being here with us and presenting your project, your ideas, your concept, pretty much everything that you guys plan to do. I feel that you guys put so much passion into this that, as I've said, with a small boost from the market conditions, and this is a general rule, every project needs that. Definitely, I think this project will market for itself. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you guys don't need a lot of boosts. You have what it takes to bring this forward. You know how to market it. You know that there's a demand. You know how to build, and you're choosing the proper blockchains. You know that the volume is on BSC. Everybody knows that, but you do realize that the transition, taking your NFTs with utility over to Ethereum, is probably the best way to go. Ethereum slash Solana, we'll see if it has the power to recover. Yeah, I don't know what's happening to them. I don't want to go into that road, but yeah, ideally you have so much experience between you guys and then the developers, and yeah, I think you have what it takes to properly market this project and make it a very successful one. You know what to expect. You're growing your community organically, and yeah, for the people that joined late, we have a tentative, and I'll let the team correct me if I'm wrong, a tentative 16th of May launch date. There was no pre-sale done. There was a private sale done. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I'll end. I'll give you guys the floor right now to correct my statement if I'm wrong, and to present us with your ending statement. And thanks again on behalf of Phoenix for being here with us tonight.
Amazing, Alex. Thank you so much for your kind words and for your support. Thank you for hosting. Thank you for thank you to the Phoenix Holdings community. It's been a pleasure for us to discuss our project with you guys, our vision. Alex will actually do something special for you guys. We're gonna
It's
show you
done,
some
Booyah.
of
It's
the
done.
NFTs.
It's in their group.
So there we go. We have a sneak peek for you guys, exclusive of the NFTs. Obviously, it's a work in progress, but this is kind of what what we're working on and kind of the concept we went for. Uh, so you can see it
Man, they look so cool.
on the
And
chat.
yeah, I know they're still in development. Um, I don't know if it makes sense or not, but the third one, the one in the lower right corner,
Yeah.
that's just great, man. I don't know. His face is so wise.
Yeah, and we're working
He's my
also
favorite sketch.
and we're working also on some companions. So what we thought about are like galactic dogs or galactic monkeys as well. So we're working on that also for, you know, those androids will have companions as well, like pets, robotic pets.
I'm gonna show one sneak peek of one
Yeah,
with the dog. Just give me a sec. I'll post.
awesome. And I'll just so you guys know, this is me, I'm Booyah. So I just wanted to, I don't do this often, but this is what I look like. This is me. So I don't know if Amo also wanted to open his camera.
So are you calling me out, Abuya? Yeah.
I'm calling you out with your beautiful face.
No. I'm nowhere near beautiful right now.
No worries,
I'm not
man.
as clean as you right now, but yeah, I'm here.
There we go.
In my little chair. I'm still looking a little bit messy, so excuse me, guys. I've had a busy few days, but yeah, I'm gonna get round to it, to getting cleaned up like Booyah right there, and follow by example as always.
There you go. So I mean, if
Booyah.
this doesn't actually bring a sorry to cut you off there, Amo. If this doesn't bring an extra layer of let's say security to the team, then nothing will, because not I mean, again, I don't have anything against uh publicly being doxxed. I'm not suggesting every group should do it, but definitely when guys choose to do so, yeah, it brings another layer of security. And yeah, definitely thanks for doing that. It's a well earned trust. Is that I'm gonna have to ask, is that some sort of a maybe bulldog, as an inspiration for the companion?
So
It's
that's
actually
that's
based on Balutsky's dog.
So if you go on the profile pic, on my profile pic, now you see the AndroMeta logo. If you scroll to the next pictures, you're gonna see my bully, and I just sent it out to the designer, to our NFT designer, to see what he could do, and he came out with an amazing. If I show you the original sketch of his face and you base yourself on a picture, which I'm gonna just show you, but we do want to make it robotic, right? So we didn't base ourselves on that. Was the first. I'm gonna post it right now. This was the first sketch that he did, and then he's like, we're gonna add some stuff to the face to make him look like more robotic type of way. So yeah, we started that. That's basically, my dog was the first example we used, and I told him to go from there, and he actually did a really nice job into making him look really nice. So we decided to add him as a companion. We are considering maybe adding a type of space monkey, robotic monkey. I know a lot of people are into the ape stuff and stuff like that, so we're thinking about something like those tiny monkeys out there that maybe will make him look robotic, or like a space type of thing. We're in works, so it's still under development. So these we gave you a sneak peek of pretty much like This is the female version that he added the companion to. We haven't done the male version yet with the companion, but the colors and everything are still to be worked out. This is the part that is going to be the touchiest part, because obviously it's randomized, so we want to make sure the mix and match go well together so that we bring out the best out of those NFTs.
That's just awesome. I'm gonna just say this. Personally, I own a husky, so I'll make a deal, and the community knows that I'm not going back on my word. If you guys, you guys probably know where I'm going to go with this, but if you guys make a companion inspired from a husky, you got 3 mints. I'm gonna mint one for each of my members. So that's me, my wife, and my daughter. Again, no pressure, but if it happens, you automatically got 3 minutes. Not that I
I'll be
don't
the
like
first. I'll be the
the
first to DM you, Alex. I'll be the first to DM you when that happens.
well, I don't think you're gonna need to DM me because I'm gonna follow close the project. That's for sure.
I'm
But
writing
in
this
case,
down, Alex.
Hold on, Alex. I'm gonna say one thing, right? Now, when you're gonna be minting, it's gonna be a random mint. So the chance of you getting your husky in your NFT is gonna be based on the contract. However, this is the deal. We'll talk to the NFT designer after we're finished with our collection. We'll make you 3 special NFT design with the picture of your husky, and you'll just honor the minting process and the random minting from your end.
that's a deal. That works for me, man.
How come I didn't get that deal?
I don't want to do a mint of a cat, bro.
Hey, listen, I've got a cat too. I've got a cat as well.
I have 3 dogs at home. Trust me, that's what I'm dealing with.
I was kind of like thinking about this as well, Alex. Seeing that you brought that up, I was kind of like thinking about specific breeds of companions, obviously, that they can do. You know, like you've got huskies, you've got mastiffs, you've got bulldogs, you've got, you know, pit bulls, etc. Everybody's got their own liking, right? So,
Obviously.
you know, why not? Why not?
No,
It's a good idea.
even Jedi said the cats are getting popular even as far as NFTs. A lot of people are doing projects related to cats. Obviously, we saw everything. We saw bunnies, we saw apes, we saw gorillas, we saw parrots, we saw all kinds of stuff. So yeah, the animal part is gaining a lot, and they're making them more look like cartoonish and stuff. I personally have a very close friend of mine that is working on a cat themed NFT. They look pretty cool, but no, I agree with you 100%. It's just about the cat. We can't make it too bulky, so it's going to be really a small thing inside the image, but it could be an idea. We could do a poll in the community, see what kind of animals they would like to see, and we could listen to the community and input that. I just wanted to see how my dog would look in an NFT. It came out really nice. So for me, it's just whatever we do, we do.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, ideally for me to be able to mint 3 and get huskies, you basically would need to build your own collection as a husky. Otherwise, as you said, it's random. But still, if you guys do that, I got 3 chances. So if one of them is going to be a husky, lucky me. If not, I still got my live one.
No,
So
well,
yeah, I'm going to be happy with that.
like I said, Alex, we'll send us a picture of the husky. Once our NFT designer is done completing the collection, if we don't input the husky in the collection, we'll make you 3 special NFTs. So you said you want one for your wife, one for your daughter, and one for yourself. So right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, I'll make a male version for you and 2 female versions for your wife and your daughter, and they'll be customized for you. And those won't be part of the minting if let's say we don't input the husky. And at least we have your support on the NFTs when they launch.
I'm gonna promise this. If by any chance you go ahead and you're gonna sell the husky as a big, huge collection, I'm not gonna take any part of the ownership. It's all yours. So that's a deal, man.
Sounds good.
Hey, we're gonna expect a big inbox DMs with everybody's, animals coming through soon.
Exactly.
It's gonna happen. I'm sure it is.
Yeah. I could just see it happening.
Comes, man. I mean, I personally haven't seen a husky related NFT collection or token, or I think there were some maybe last year. Well, maybe there were and I missed them. But fingers crossed, it could happen at any moment. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm from Canada, and so is Balutki. So huskies are big in Canada, actually.
Yeah, they've gotten quite smaller in Europe. They're not at original, but still definitely in order not to take any more of the time. What can I say? On top of what we already spoke about, yeah, I think we kind of managed to cover everything. So I definitely thank you guys for your time. Thanks for the doxing, first of all, as a gesture towards our community. Thanks for the sneak peeks as well. I'm definitely looking forward to potentially 16th of May, if not. Maybe later, depends on the market for sure on the launch. Hope you guys out there. I'm gonna go ahead and say best of luck to AndroMeta team, the entire team. Thanks a lot, guys, for being with us here. Thanks to everybody who joined. It was a pleasure, Alex, as always, and I hope everybody has a great evening.
Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so
Alex.
much, Alex, and thank you for
Pleasure.
everyone. We're excited to get things going, and feel free to join our Telegram and ask any questions if you have some.
Awesome, definitely, we'll do so. Thanks a lot, you guys. You guys,
Thank
all
you,
the
guys.
best.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye for now.
Bye now.